Hey YouTube, and welcome to the We All Juggle Knives channel. Today I have a budget blade for you. This is a $6 knife. It's a very interesting blade because at only 4 inches in overall length, this is pretty much the smallest, most compact, purpose-built defensive blade that I have found. All right, and the blade is it's called MT674 is the name of the knife. I think the Microclaw would be a catchy name for this knife, the Microclaw. But yes, a very sentimental name, MT674. It is an M-Tech knife. Now, you know, some people don't like that brand because it's basically a budget price brand and people all want to act like they're friggin' rich. Whatever. You know, when other companies man the hell up and make something like this, I'll be glad to review it, okay? When if Spyderco makes something like this, I'll review it. If Benchmade wants to make something like this, I'll review it, all right? In fact, Boker has made something kind of like this, and I've already reviewed this. This is the Boker Microcom. As you can see, kind of a similar idea, but the handle shape on this is actually superior, you know. It conforms better to the 2-finger grip, all right? But kind of the same idea, except this is more for utility, right? And I gotta say, I like the stonewash here much better than the bead blast, but at least, and this is a chisel grind, okay, where this is a conventional V grind. So yeah, there is a company that's made something similar. Yeah, these are nice handy little blades. Now, the last time I showed a real budget knife, it was like a $9 knife, and one person, I have no idea why, got extremely angry with me because I had gotten that knife for free, okay? Well, you know, I'm not here to explain the whole freaking world to you, like where babies come from and why the grass is green and why the sky is blue. But just this once I will explain that, you know, gear reviewers, we tend to get free stuff. I kind of thought everybody knew that already, but I guess if you didn't, your head just exploded. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's a $6 knife, so if you want to get offended, yeah, man, I'm living it up with my $6 knife, flying on a jet plane with a $6 knife. Yeah, people get offended by the weirdest stuff. Just to show you more how small this is a cold steel Kiridashi mini tack, a very good blade. This is even way smaller than that. Like, this is like, if you can't even carry a small one like this, this is, you know, if you're trying to go as small as possible. I get a lot of people asking me what they can carry when they're jogging, because, you know, the clothes they wear that they're jogging, they can't carry a gun, they can't carry a heavy knife, or maybe they just are not allowed to have a gun where they are, whatever. But the point is, when they're jogging, they need something that's like tiny, like a neck knife. Well, this is the smallest thing that I've found. It's a 2-finger handle. Would that work? Actually, yes, it would. I mean, yeah, it's a 2-finger handle. Yeah, I mean, it would work. Now, with defensive blades, when you get to this length, this is 1.7 inches. 1.7 inches from the guard. When you get to knives this small, there's not much point in a thrusting design, okay? So all the defensive blades shift over to slashers and slicers, which is what this is. You know, speaking of slashers and slicers, a lot of police carry this. It's a K-bar TDI. Same idea, but again, if even this is for some reason too large for you, that, you know, this uber tiny knife is like the size of its handle. But yeah, when talking about small defensive knives, you're talking about either slashing or close cutting, slicing. This blade would also be fairly handy as a utility blade. You know, your typical open up some boxes, get ready for the best demo ever. Okay, here I have a box, cardboard box, and behold, claw. Oh, by the way, I call this the micro claw because the Boker knife is the Microcom. So I think micro claw would be a good name for this knife. So I call it the micro claw. Okay. Yes. And you see that's what it did to the box. So it would be fairly, I mean, it would be fairly useful as just a little package opener utility neck knife for those times that you're not having to fight for your life every day. So yeah, pretty useful as utility. But little cutters like this with that forward tip, you know what these are really for is a serious situation. If somebody puts their hands on you, let's say for example, you're a small person, a much bigger person is trying to strangle you, okay, trying to choke you to death, or let's say they're putting their hands on you because they're trying to abduct you or sexually assault you, or maybe maybe you're a handgun carrier, maybe they're trying to grab at your handgun, something like that. Okay, very serious situations. Well, if someone's hand is on you, their arm is attached to their hand, and this will do to their arm, you know, this will do to the bad guy's arm just what it did to this box. It'll open it completely up from, you know, from his elbow to his wrist. Now, you know, doing that to someone's arm does tend to persuade them that maybe they've made a mistake by trying to strangle you, rape you, toss you down, throw you in a van, whatever the hell they're trying to do to you. You know, shredding their arm to a bloody mass does tend to dissuade people, and that's what these type of forward tip designs are for. You know, whether you're talking this, you're talking this. Me personally, when I need a super micro knife like that, I use this. Unfortunately, this is not made anymore. Do you know how many people have asked me where to get one of these? Freaking a lot of people. This is a Ringer II. Ringer II from CRKT. This is actually meant as a game skinning knife, but I think you see the defensive velociraptor potential of it. But sadly, this is not available anymore. Very sadly, so I can't tell you where to get it because you can't really get it. So, you know, we are left. If you want something super small, this is the smallest I've found for that roll. You could also carry a folder. You know, this is about at 4 inches. It's about the same length as a Delica. You know, a Delica when the Delica is closed. Yeah, you could go the folder route. I mean, this is obviously a lot lighter even than this stainless steel Delica. If you want to go the folder route, you know, this I would recommend this if you want the little slashers. I mean, this right here will cause a bad person, a criminal, to really reconsider their path in life, because this thing can, well, this thing is going to be hitting bone easily. I mean, this will just, well, let's not get too graphic. You can see what this is, man. So yeah, if you wanted to go the folder route, consider this, all right? But a lot of people don't even want to go that route. They don't want to have to, like, deploy it and everything. So that's where the neck knives come in. Comes with this little sheath. Now this chain is designed to break if a lot of force is applied, so that basically so that nobody can strangle you with your own chain. If they tried to strangle you, this would break, okay? So that's intentional. It's a little Kydex-like material. Now I have found that if you basically push this in all the way, that's what she said, it is very tight on the blade, so you really have to yank it out. But I've found that if you basically put it like, this is not locked all the way in. If you basically put it in, I don't know, halfway or 3/4, it still holds it in, but it's a lot easier to deploy. Alright, so yeah, the sheath, yeah, it does have some problems. Hold on, let me put it in. Alright, now it's locked in all the way. See now, yeah, it's you have to really pull it out, but yeah, it's an alright sheath. Yeah, you're gonna have to fiddle with the sheath a bit and get it to how you like it. You can actually reheat those and reshape those. And the funny thing about this knife is that even though it's $6, it's actually a pretty, I mean, it's a good knife. First of all, it's a little thicker than you would imagine. It's definitely not going to break. You see the tang here. It's just a solid piece of metal. You see the thickness there. It's also funny that they've chosen to put actually a good stonewash on it, because I mean that's a nice quality 3D stonewash. I guess they're figuring they want it to be stealthy. Even put some jimping there. I mean, this is well thought. The ergonomics of this are actually well thought out. The handle scales, such as they are G10. They're actually textured. And the blade shape, I mean, I've never seen something that was so similar to a cat's claw. And as I said, you know, this ain't rocket science. This is the arm of the bad guy. The bad guy comes to strangle you. Whoa! He reconsiders his life and goes away. And it's just that simple. Now, it's not that simple, but you know, a highly motivated person that really wants to live, even though this is 1.7 inches, if you're a much smaller person, let's say you're a 120-pound woman against a 200-pound man, okay, your fists are not going to be as efficient as the close cutting you could do with this to an arm. If needed, to a neck. You can go hunting for eyeballs like little olives. All right, so there you go. There was a lot to say about this knife, but it's simply put the smallest and lightest purpose-built defensive blade that I have found that can actually work and that is actually still available that you could actually buy. All right, this has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.